The topic for this lesson on academic writing skills is about types of sentences. Let's begin with the introduction. Then, we move on to the 4 sentence types. Finally, we will have some practices and quizzes to check out learning. In the introduction part, we'll talk about what is a sentence and why it's important to know types of sentences. So first, what is a sentence? A sentence is a group of words that contains one or more clauses, which means it may have one or more subjects and verbs. Usually, a sentence should express a complete thought. Then, why is it important to know sentence types? There are 3 major reasons. First, when we write, we can make our meaning clear and complete to readers. Second, we can analyze the formal components of a text and understand the meaning efficiently. Moreover, it helps writers create sentence variety and provide greater interest and enjoyment for readers. Now, let's move on to learn the 4 major sentence types. In this part, we will introduce these 4 sentence types: simple, compound, complex, and compound-complex sentence. So first, a simple sentence contains only one independent clause, and it has one subject and a verb. For example, I like to go hiking, and going hiking is good for your health. In the 2 sentences, I and going hiking are the subjects, while like and is are verbs. Next, a compound sentence consists of 2 or more independent clauses, and the independent clauses can be connected by 3 ways: using a coordinating conjunction, a conjunctive adverb, or a semicolon. For example, to connect the 2 independent clauses, I like to go hiking, and Jasmine doesn't like it, we can use the coordinating conjunction but with a comma, a conjunctive adverb however with a semicolon and comma, or a semicolon only. Another sentence type is complex sentence. A complex sentence contains one independent clause and one or more dependent clause. And usually, the dependent clauses can be an adverb clause, an adjective clause, or a noun clause, which introduces less important idea. As can be seen in the sentences, the red words if, which, and when can be used to introduce the adverb clause, adjective clause, and the noun clause. The last type is compound complex sentence. It's a combination of compound and complex clauses. It has 2 or more independent clauses and 1 or more dependent clauses, and it's punctuated like a compound or a complex sentence. For example, we can use but to connect the independent clauses, I like to go hiking, and Jasmine doesn't like it, and then use because to introduce the dependent clause, she's afraid of seeing insects or bugs. We've learned the 4 sentence types. Now, let's practice to check out how much we have learned. Now, please rewrite the sentences. So, in the first one, but can be used with a comma to connect the 2 independent clauses. For the second one, besides using because, we can also use the pronoun she to refer to the person's name which has been mentioned. Next, please rewrite the sentence by using however. Three ways can be used to connect the independent clause. John likes to eat pizza, and the complex sentence, Mary likes to eat pasta because she likes the different flavors of pasta. Using conjunctive adverb like however. the coordinating conjunction but, or semicolon. Finally, please choose a complex sentence with adjective clause. The answer is sentence B, which contains the adjective clause which you like best. And it's important to notice that the word when is used to introduce the adverb clause in sentence A, while it's used to introduce the noun clause in sentence C. Now let's move on to the quizzes to check out learning. Please match the sentence types with definitions. So, as what we've learned before, here are the answers. Now, please identify the sentence types. Let's check answers. The first one is a compound complex sentence, which uses the semicolon, conjunctive adverb, however, and the comma to connect the two main clauses. Sharon feels nervous, and she will still deliver a speech in front of the class. Then, because it's used to connect the complex sentence, she thinks it will be helpful to other students to the two independent clauses. Next, the second one is a compound sentence, in which the connector and is used to connect the two independent clauses. And the third one is a simple sentence with only one subject, Sharon, and one verb, feels. Finally, the last sentence is a complex sentence. The noun clause, how she prepares for the exam, is used as object for the independent clause. Now, let's quickly review what we have learned. Let's review what we have learned in this lesson. There are 4 sentence types: simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence, and compound complex sentence. So when we write, we can use different types of sentences to make our meaning clear, create sentence variety, and convey our idea more efficiently. Thank you for joining the lesson. The lesson is funded by the Ministry of Education.